Hello everybody, and welcome back to my podcast, To Be Candid. I'm Amber and I am the host of this podcast, and today we're talking all about my 2021 mindful morning routine, which has just been setting up my day for success and something I've really been enjoying lately. But I thought we would start off this podcast as per usual, because it's now the second episode, so I guess I can say that, by doing a little life update just so you guys get to know me a little bit better. I am actually also recording this podcast on my camera, which will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, just in case you wanted to watch it and see my very noob setup that I've got going on right now. But I just thought it'd be a fun way to kind of promote it across all channels, but I definitely won't be recording every episode. But for now, it's a bit of fun, and I'm so used to the camera but at this point that it just makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. I guess it's a bit like my comfort blanket at this point. But we're here to do a podcast. We're not going to worry about the camera. It's going to sit in the background, and I'm going to give you a little life update because it's now the 9th of January. It's currently a Saturday, and I recorded my first episode, so the episode that went up before this one, over a week ago now, I want to say. So I feel like quite a lot has changed. Obviously, we had Christmas and the New Year, which was great. I have now finished my first week back at work. So if you didn't know, I am a nanny. I look after 2 boys, a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old, and I look after them 5 days a week, just like Monday through Friday, 9 till 5, kind of like your standard office hour jobs, or office job hours is what I'm trying to say, I think, but definitely not your typical office job. There's a lot of snacks, food, playgrounds, Peppa Pig, all of those fun things. But I guess just a bit of background into that, it's definitely not for the long term. Like, being a nanny is kind of a intermediate job right now, just like a temporary thing to get me some money whilst the world, or the UK at least, is in the situation it's in. Because if you didn't know, we've gone back into a full tier 4 lockdown, like everything is shut down, but luckily childcare is still allowed, so I'm still doing that. But eventually I do want to go into events management. That's what I did my degree in. It's what a lot of my YouTube videos are about. And I've been applying to jobs this morning, actually, just because the dad of the boys that I look after has actually gone on furlough since lockdown has started again. So my hours are being drastically reduced. And if I want to keep living in London, living the way I do, I need to make some money. So hopefully there's a job out there for me somewhere. But for right now, that's what I've been doing. And I've just finished my first week back, which was so lovely to see the boys again. I had a 2-week break and I was really concerned that the 1-year-old wasn't going to remember me because, to them 2 weeks is a very, very long time. But we were cool. It's all good. So that was really interesting to be back and to have finished my first week. I had the longest bubble bath on Friday night because I forgot how draining it can be looking after kids. Like, they are a lot of work, but it was just nice to see their little cute faces again. I guess another little life update is that I recently got my ears pierced. I got my second holes done in my earlobes, and I'm currently wearing headphones, and it was oh so painful to put these on. So sorry if the sound is like a little bit weird, but I'm in a low but manageable pain right now with these piercings. You have to clean them like twice a day, and I didn't realise how much upkeep and like maintenance that's going to be, like cleaning those piercings twice a day for 6 weeks. Is quite a substantial amount of time, but I really like them. So as soon as I can switch them out to like some cute hoops and stuff, I will be on cloud 9 just living my best life. But I was so scared to get them done. It was actually ridiculous. My sister is a pro at ear piercings. I think she has about 11. She was like, Amber, you need to calm down. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But the thought of someone jabbing a needle into your flesh is kind of terrifying. And I know really like that's a bit extreme, but in my head that's what it was. And as soon as it was done, I was like, oh, not that bad. But every now and then they get a little tug, and my goodness does it hurt. But I'm really excited to have them heal and to swap out into some cute earrings. Another thing I've been doing of recently, very random, is knitting. I know, you weren't expecting that one, nor was I. Basically I saw, I can't remember her name now, but there was a YouTuber, she has quite a small channel, but she showed you how to knit a fisherman's hat, which is like one of those quite shallow beanies, I guess. And Christian, my boyfriend, absolutely loves them, and I really wanted a craft I could kind of do like whilst I'm binging Netflix and stuff, so I could pretend that I'm being semi-productive. So I've been knitting a hat. She said the whole hat took her 3 hours. I've done about 3 hours work, and I've done about 4 rows of stitching, which is probably about an inch worth of hat. So we've got a long way to go, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm finding it super therapeutic, so that's been kind of fun. But I guess we'll go ahead and get into my 2021 morning routine, which I just thought would be fun to talk about because it's something I've really been enjoying of recent and something that is very new. So I wanted to share it with you, wanted to show you what I've been up to, or talk you through what I've been up to. Over the Christmas period when I had those 2 weeks off, I was so good at doing this, and it was so nice to have set up my day like this and have like made my morning super intentional. Starting back at work, getting up at 7:30 or even earlier on some days. The morning routine hasn't quite gone to plan, just because it's so freaking cold in my apartment. Dragging myself out of bed at 6:30 when it's pitch black outside is not really ideal. Like, I'm not finding the motivation to do that right now. I'm hoping once it warms up a little and maybe my room is above 1 degree, I'll be able to do it. So the morning routine has slacked slightly, but I'm thinking on these furlough mornings and on weekends it is something that I've really enjoyed doing, so I wanted to share it with you. So I guess the first part of my morning routine starts the night before, where I make sure I have 8 hours sleep. And this is more of like a necessity and a need rather than a want. Like, sure, I like spending hours in bed, it's great, love a sleep, love a nap, but if I do not get 8 hours, I am just a nasty person, to put it lightly. I need so much caffeine in my body to keep me fueled if I do not have 8 hours of sleep. And so I really value that time. So I've been trying to put myself to bed a little earlier. Not gonna lie, my sleeping routine over the Christmas holidays was so messed up. I was in a really good habit of going to sleep at 10 and waking up at like 6 or 7. Whereas over the Christmas holidays, I was going to bed at like 1 and waking up at like 11. And my body still hasn't fully transitioned back yet. So I'm still, training there, still hoping for that to happen, hoping the muscle memory is going to kick back in. But like I said, this week has been super difficult. So hopefully coming up in the next few weeks, I'll get back on it. But 8 hours is super crucial for me. I think it's really important to try and like listen to your body and figure out how many hours you need. Like, my boyfriend can survive on, I think, 6 hours, which is intense. I would not be able to do that, but I know it's different for every person. So kind of figure out, maybe you need 10 hours, who knows, maybe you're one of those people. I think 8 hours, or maybe even like 7.5 is my absolute minimum, but even then it is a little painful, so I try and get 8. Then another thing I do the morning before is I lay out my gym wear, because I am really trying to work out in the mornings. I way prefer working out in the morning, but we'll get to that in a minute. But I find by laying out my gym clothes in the morning, not only do I not have to worry about opening cupboard doors and pulling out drawers and waking up my boyfriend or any of that, but because it is so cold, I can just grab them, shove them on and go. Like, I don't have to be stood out in the cold for longer than I need to, basically. So it's just really nice to almost be able to do it on autopilot as well, because you know they're there, you know where they are, and you know like the set is waiting for you. You don't have to kind of wake up your brain and be like, oh, I need to go here to get this, I need to go to the bathroom to get this, or whatever. You can just grab it all in one go and then head to the lounge, which is where I do my home workouts. So once I've put on my gym wear, which is nothing fancy, it's mostly just Primark sets at this point, because like I said, we're just getting into this. I'm sure once I become more established, doing some more home workouts, I might up the ante with my workout clothes. But for now, just doing like 20-minute home exercises. The Primark sets are absolutely fine now, and I've had them for quite a while. I think I've also got some from H&M, which I really like. But I will then go ahead and take my water bottle into the kitchen to fill that up, because I'm really trying to drink more water. If you listen to my previous episode, one of my goals or intentions for 2021 was to drink 1 litre of water a day. So I've been really trying to keep that up. It's definitely easier said than done. But I've got a super cute bottle, which I got from TK Maxx. It's actually a Hydro Flow, I think it's called. And it's just a really cute pink and blue bottle, which has been making me a bit more incentivized to go fill it up. But by doing it first thing in the morning, again, kind of on autopilot, I don't have to think about it too much. And then it's just there ready for me, like ready to go. So I don't need to worry about it. I will also go ahead and take my vitamins for the day. At the moment, I just take a multivitamin with iron, because I think I am a little iron deficient. That's completely been self-diagnosed, but my mum is anemic, and I think some of her symptoms I have very like watered down versions of, and I just find it's really nice to be able to do that extra step of self-care. So no matter what kind of tablets you take, whether they are like just vitamins or whether they are like more medical, like oriented, I guess, or like prescription. I like to have my tablets in the morning with my water. Again, another encouragement for me to drink some water, but also just something that I can make sure I've done super early, check it off my list and get on with the rest of my day. And then this is when I will head into the lounge to do my workout. I do have to be kind of conscious that my flatmate's bedroom is right next to the lounge, so I can only do like low impact workouts, I guess, at the moment. So I like to do yoga on the days where I don't want to move my body too much or like jolt myself, but I will try and do some kind of like no jumping ab workouts or no jumping hit workouts or something, which there are so many on YouTube that you can choose from, which is where I tend to head to. But I'm also in the second floor of flats. There's currently no one living below us, but eventually when there are, I want to be conscious of the fact like I can't really be jumping up and down at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I'm trying to be conscious of that, but I also really enjoy how varied some of the YouTube workouts are and how you can like pick and choose what you want to do. I really enjoy Sarah's Day workouts, and also I've been doing some, oh my gosh, what's his name? The body coach. Joe Wicks, is that his name? I've been doing a few of those, which I was really pessimistic about, I guess, or just like a bit wary about, because I know people have been calling him like the nation's PE teacher, and I really thought it was kind of like a middle-aged woman kind of workout, but maybe I'm a middle-aged woman that's in the soul, guys, because I'm really enjoying it. He's very like down to earth, and I don't know if he's putting it on that he's so exhausted or worn out, but it makes me feel like I'm not alone when I'm like gasping for air mid burpee. He's doing it too, even though he's supposed to be like the pro, you know. So that's kind of nice to know that I'm not the only one getting exhausted by these like semi-practical easy workouts supposedly. So yeah, they're the kind of workouts that I've been doing. Eventually, when it gets warmer again, I would love to be able to go out and do some running, which I did a few times in like October time or November time, but it's gotten very, very cold recently. Like I wake up to frost on the car windows, and it snowed yesterday, which is unheard of in the UK. It very rarely happens. And when I say snow, I'm not talking like inches of snow, it's probably like a few centimetres, but you know, we're not equipped to deal with that. Even just seeing it makes me want to like bundle under a duvet as soon as possible. I mean, seeing most things makes me want to do that, but snow especially. So I wasn't about to go running out in any snow, but hopefully when it gets a little bit warmer and I can get up a bit earlier and the sun shines out, maybe I'll do some running outside. I've just been doing I don't know what you call them, like drills or laps of my street, like, because it's uphill one way and then downhill the other, obviously, so it's quite good to be able to like run up full pelt and kind of like jog back and then run up full pelt and then jog back. And I've just really been enjoying it, and I don't have to venture out too far or see anyone that I don't want to see because my road's quite quiet, so that's been really nice. I will then go ahead and have a shower and do my skincare. I'm trying to wash my hair less. I wash my hair at the moment like every 2 days or every other day I wash my hair, and I just don't think it's good putting that much stuff on your scalp, if I'm honest. So I'm trying to wash my hair less, but obviously working out more makes that a bit tricky, so I'm still trying to find the balance on that. Let me know if you guys have any recommendations, because my hair gets I feel like it's pretty grease prone, like it gets greasy quite quick, and obviously working out you're sweating more, so there's more oils and things. So I'm trying to still figure out the balance on that, but I've really been enjoying doing my skincare. If you saw my what I got for Christmas video over on my YouTube channel, you'll know that I got a lot of Glossier products, which I was so happy and grateful for, and I've really been enjoying using them. I could probably talk about this for hours, to be honest, but I've just been using the cleanser, the Milky Jelly cleanser, and the Future Juice serum, and there's like a vitamin C serum that I've been using, and I've just really been enjoying those few extra moments of just like time to breathe and think about my intentions for the day whilst doing my skincare. I find it super therapeutic and just like a super calm moment in my mornings, because it's something where I'm concerned just about me. Nothing's happened in the day yet. I don't need to worry about anything else. I've set up quite a lot of stuff the night before, so I can just really relish in that moment, even if it does last like 2 minutes, if that. It's something that I've really enjoyed being intentional about and just kind of clearing my mind for that 2 minutes. Then obviously once I'm all dried off and my hair's doing whatever it's doing on that day, I go ahead and get dressed, and like I said, I'm a nanny, so my outfits tend to be pretty basic. It was really hard, actually, kind of going on a tangent here, but at the start, being a nanny, I would wear minimal basics because I didn't want the kids to ruin them, and I kind of got a bit lost in that, in the sense like it didn't really feel like me in my day-to-day because I wasn't wearing clothes that I felt cute in or I felt confident in. I was just wearing, it was almost like a nanny uniform, I guess, like bare basics. And recently I've been trying to kind of change up my style or just wear clothes that I would actually wear like on the weekend to work with the kids, and know that, yeah, sure, I might get mud on my jeans or I might get spaghetti on my top, but at least I'll feel a bit more human, which was a really interesting headspace to be in. I don't know if like new parents go through that or just other nannies go through that, but that was really interesting. But usually, all this to say, I lay out my outfit the day before, and I usually try and wear like a pair of jeans and a cute top or a cute jumper or a fun pair of shoes or a fun sweater or something, just so that I still feel a little bit like me. Not gonna lie, I can't really wear any jewellery when I go nannying because the 1-year-old just tugs on them and I'm so nervous, like my necklace is gonna break or he's gonna yank an earring out my earlobe or something, and so that's not really ideal. But I do try and wear a fun, cute outfit, so I will lay that out the morning before or the night before, just so again it's super quick and easy. I'm just trying to be efficient in the mornings and save times. Like I don't want to be running around trying to find a specific top or anything. It's just nice to know that that's already been done. Amber's already sorted that, past Amber has sorted that, and my future self, my future Amber, can enjoy not having another thing to worry about. And then my favourite part of the morning routine, I go ahead and make a coffee, sometimes an iced coffee, but mostly recently a warm coffee. Like I said, it's very chilly, and I've been adding mixed spice into my coffee to make it like, I don't know, like a little more festive, a little more Christmassy, which I know it isn't Christmas anymore, but I really enjoy like seasonal drinks. Oh, we have a guest. Hello. We're going to take a quick pause. Christian's just come back from the skate park, so I'm going to catch up with him and I'll get back to you. And we're back. My camera angle has definitely changed, but that doesn't matter on the podcast, which is another reason why I love this so much. Christian is all good. Just got back from the skate park and had a shower, so wanted to fill me in on all the tricks he's been learning. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was talking about my seasonal coffee. Again, it's just something that I really like a little extra step to make my morning like a little bit more special, I guess. If there's a coffee or a tea that you really enjoy, I would really encourage you to have it in the morning and just set that up to be an intentional moment and just to really relish in the ritual of making it and everything and just being super intentional with that. I think, again, it's the small things in the morning that you can feel grateful for or just relish in and appreciate a bit more, which will just set your mindset up like that for that day and just make you way more grateful for all the little things you see that day, which is something that I've been experiencing a lot recently, just having a very grateful mind and heart and just being really thankful for the things and people around me. So that's been really nice as well. And I will go ahead and take my coffee and go into the lounge, sit in my little corner of my sofa with the best blanket I have ever got in my life. Oh my gosh, I got it from Glassons, like Glassons, and I've never heard of them before, but this blanket is amazing. It's got like borg material or like sheep material, what's that called? Wool? Oh my god, just like a really fluffy cream texture on one side and then just like normal soft blanket on the other, and it's super thick and heavy duty, which has been keeping me very cozy whilst drinking my seasonal coffees, which I really enjoy. But it's in those moments as well that I will just break out my journal, do a little bit of journaling for their day ahead, whether that is a gratitude journal, whether that's just a to-do list or things I want to check off that day, or whether it's like thoughts that I've had overnight, or like I want to write down a dream I've had, things like that. Just journaling about whatever really, but just again taking that time to have a little bit of reflection on the day ahead. And then I guess the last things I do is I tend to pick up the lounge a little bit, just like put the cushions back where I found them, put the blanket back where I found it, and take out any rubbish and stuff with me and go ahead and leave for work. I will mention actually that I also lay out my snacks the day before. I'm very busy in the evening, guys. I have a lot of stuff to lay out, but I like to lay out my snacks ready so I can just grab them and go, and I leave my shoes and my coat and my bag and my purse and my car keys, I guess, right by the front door so that I can just grab them and leave. I'm trying to really like maximize my self-care and like intentional mindfulness time in the morning and just reduce all of the like rushing around franticness as much as I can, just so that I can really have a calm and peaceful morning, because again I think that just sets me in a really good headspace for the rest of the day. Whereas if I'm rushing around, if I've got a tight deadline, if I'm like on a strict time limit or whatever, and I just get super stressed out, and then that kind of trickles in or feeds into the rest of my day, and that's not really fair on everyone else, you know, like whether it's people in the car and I get road rage, or the kids do something and I snap at them, or Christian does something that annoys me and I snap at him. Like, that can all be kind of really easily avoided, to be honest, if I just have a more clear, peaceful morning. I find that I'm a lot more graceful in my actions during the day, and a lot more self-aware maybe of just how I'm reacting to people and reacting to different situations, which I think feeds into a lot of different scenarios. So I've really been enjoying that. Like I said, it is something that I have been struggling with as of recent, just because it just feels like we're living in a cave right now, because it's so dark and so cold and you're not allowed to go anywhere. So pulling myself out of bed an extra hour earlier just to, you know, have those kind of moments to myself has been quite difficult. But I'm really hoping as the sun comes out a bit earlier and it warms up a little more, so will my motivation to pull myself out of bed and do all these wonderful things. But as of right now, it's just a weekend and kind of furlough morning routine, but something I've really been enjoying and something I want to be super intentional about going forward, because I do think it makes me so much more productive throughout the day, and being productive means I get more done, and getting more done means that I've set myself up for success that day, and I'm a little step closer to being the person I want to be, or achieving the things I want to achieve. So I've really been enjoying that. But let me know if any of those morning routines or bits of that morning routine resonate with you, or you do that too, because I think that'd be really interesting. Or whether there'd be any parts of your morning routine that I've missed that you're like, girl, you need to do this ASAP, because I would be really interested to know what you really like and relish in your morning routine. Oh, I guess a bit of my morning routine that I left out is when I drive to work in the mornings, I make sure to put on a killer playlist, so that I am having a bop in the car. I'm singing at the top of my lungs, basically, just screaming all these amazing songs, dancing in my car. I probably look like an absolute wally, but it makes me feel so much more energized for the day and gives me like a little spark of joy, whereas it's time that you would just be sat there driving, like being quite passive, but you can really make it into, you know, a little car disco, as I like to call it. So I've really been enjoying that as well. But yeah, that is all for my 2021 morning routine. I spoke through it quite quick, but I hope you enjoyed it. And it was just something to distract you for a little bit, or maybe consider how you can make your mornings a little bit more mindful and intentional. I have got some really fun episodes coming up that I cannot wait for, including a little guest. You might know who it is. We'll have to wait and see, but that's going to be coming up soon as well, sometime in February. But yeah, I'm so excited for this podcast. Thank you so much for being here and listening. I've really been enjoying this process, actually. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do, and I think I wasn't going to talk about this, but you know, we're going on a tangent, so why not? I think I've become a little bit addicted to podcasting, in the sense that I think about podcasting all the time, like whether I'm in the shower or in the car or walking from A to B, whatever I'm doing, I'm running through episodes in my head. Like this episode I've probably run through in my head like 3 or 4 times, and I literally talk about like, I could say this and I say this, and I almost like do like an impromptu monologue of my podcast, I guess, in my head. And then I realise that I'm doing it, and I'm like, that is so weird that in my free time, my downtime, where I could be thinking about anything in the world, like literally anything, I'm thinking about podcasting, and I'm thinking about all the things I want to do and all the things I want to say. And then I went so extreme to have the thought of podcasting about the fact that I think about podcasting, which I guess is my reality right now. It's exactly what I'm doing. But I had this thought, and I ran through this little splurge of talk that I'm doing. So is that really confusing? I feel like that's really confusing and really weird, but it really happened. So sorry if that doesn't make any sense, but all that to say, a very long way about saying I'm really enjoying podcasting. I really like the process of it, and I have a lot of things and topics I want to talk about and share with you. So if you do want to be involved in the podcast, please go ahead and follow the Instagram page for this podcast, which is called To Be Candid Podcast. Obviously, you get behind the scenes there. I show you some little snippets of future podcasts, as well as some polls and things for you guys to get involved in future podcasts, which I'm super excited about. All these future episodes coming out. If you wanted to follow me personally, you can go ahead and follow me at ambergtaylor over on Instagram, and on YouTube it's the same on pretty much every platform, to be honest. That's at ambergtaylor. Everyone thinks my name is Amber Taylor because they think the G is my middle name, like Amber Georgia Taylor or something. But it's not. My name's actually Amber Gilbert Taylor. I have a double-barreled last name, but I just thought the handle looked so very long, so I dropped the Gilbert down to a G. So sorry, Mum, if you're listening, because that's her surname. But I'm Amber G. Taylor, Amber Gilbert Taylor. It is not my middle name. My middle name is Louise. Little fact for you there if you've listened this long. But yeah, I'm going to stop rambling now and go make another coffee and just enjoy the rest of my Saturday. I hope you're having a really great day wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and I hope to see you next week. There will be a brand new episode next Tuesday, so hopefully I will see you. I say see, I'm not going to see you. Hopefully I will speak to you then. Bye.